Hi, this is Astro Chris from Coda Queen Astrology, and today's video is going to be all about the Sagittarius Solar Eclipse. I'm super excited to report on this. Some exciting astrology for the end of the year. We're ending 2020 with a bang. It's a galactic reset. So let's get started. The Sagittarius Solar Eclipse is happening on December the 14th, 2020. And the sun and the moon are going to meet at 23 degrees Sagittarius. So I do advise, if you want to see how this eclipse is affecting your individual chart, check out my description below. I do have a free birth chart calculator. Cast your natal chart, or you can do it with any other software like astro.com, etc. And what you're looking for, you're trying to see if you have any planets at the 23rd degree, especially the mutable signs like Sagittarius, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, because you're going to feel some jolt of energy from the Virgo Pisces axis. Sagittarius makes a square, and Gemini, it's the opposite of Sagittarius, so it's an opposition energy. If you have planets in, just say, air signs or fire signs, then the energy of this solar eclipse is going to be much more harmonious, because Sagittarius is a fire sign, and it makes a trine to planets in Aries and planets in Leo. And from the air signs, it makes a sextile to Libra, and it makes a sextile to Aquarius. It does oppose Gemini, and that's an air sign. So Aquarius and Libra are going to feel a sextile. Gemini is going to feel a opposition. So that's how you can tell if this eclipse is going to be more significant to you and how much you're going to feel it. If it activates any of your personal planets by degree, much stronger. Let's cover the energy that's happening in Sagittarius. So a solar eclipse is a new moon on steroids. That's because the moon, the sun, conjunct to either the south or north node. In this eclipse, the south node is the one making the conjunction and causing the solar eclipse. We also have Mercury at 19 degrees, and it's literally on the south node. So this is very impactful because we're having a reset, and Mercury rules a lot of things. It rules our intellect, it rules communication, siblings, communities, media. So something about media is, in a mundane level, is very influenced here. In a more personal level, it's going to be your communication style, or maybe you are going to have to deal with matters of how you are getting along with siblings or people at work and collaborating, everything that has to do with communication, technically. So Mercury here is a big player because it's right on the south node. Now the moon and the sun are very close to the galactic center. They're about 3 degrees away, almost 4, from the galactic center. So we are getting messages or information, energy. And the galactic center is very noisy. On a mundane level, this energy is great for you to develop spiritually. So for some people, depending on how it activates their chart, it might not be the greatest, as they can feel a lot of energy, which can be borderline anxiety. But on on the other side of the coin, if this is activating your chart harmoniously, this is a good step to a developmental stage in your life. Sagittarius energy is about seeking wisdom, seeking knowledge, embracing cultures, learning languages, being a teacher in the future with all that knowledge that you gathered, just expansion in general, spiritual expansion. So it's a very good time to seek for life purpose, to see the direction of your life. It's the arrow. It's represented by the arrow pointing up, right? It's a centaur pointing his arrow up to the sky and going wherever it leads him. or that, whatever direction. We are going to be energized by Mars because Mars is at 20 degrees Aries, making an exact trine to the sun and the moon. And Mars has been retrograde for most of the year. And now he was stuck in the 15th degree for a while, and now he's at the 20th degree by now in this solar eclipse. So he's moving. Now Mars is going to start creating tension aspects with the bunch in Capricorn. He starts forming his strong square to Pluto, and we do feel that. We feel some type of power struggle, or maybe we're very fired up and excited to start something new, but something holds us back. Self-doubt. Pluto is a planet that plays on our doubts, on our power, on our willpower. But Mars here is communicating very harmoniously with both the karmic nodes. Now, the karmic nodes of fate, these are points in the sky, specifically your personal nodes. Everyone has them in a different place. But these are points in the sky where we are led to combine the qualities. So the South Node qualities are talents that we inherited from our past experiences. If you believe in other lives, reincarnation, etc., yes, those are the experiences I'm referring to. Now, we have talents, we have subconscious information that we carried on to this life, and those are skills that we need to combine with the North Node, which is a point that we don't reach until much older maturity. Some people reach it a little earlier than others, but the North Node is our karmic mission. So in this chart, the transiting nodes are in Sagittarius and in Gemini. They're going to be there for about a year. And with Mars communicating harmonious with both the North Node and the South Node, it's a great indicator that we are going to push through. There are some hiccups, like I mentioned, that square from Pluto, but we are pushing through. We are evolving to something better. We are being asked to look at the small picture, because Gemini is all about the small details. It's all about doing things quickly, using the mind, being savvy. And Sagittarius is just kind of like grandiose energy, like all consuming, gathering knowledge, teaching knowledge, exploring the world, going to spiritual places, and just evolving on a faithful spiritual level. So we are going to see lots of changes, and this is the solar eclipse that happens right before the Great Conjunction. We have Saturn here at 29 degrees, and we have Jupiter at 28 degrees in Capricorn. They're actually going to meet up in Aquarius. And if you're interested in hearing about the Great Conjunction, you can watch this video here. It's going to report on the age of Aquarius. So very interesting stuff. Now, Saturn being in the 29th degree, that's an anaretic degree. It's a critical degree. Any planets that you have in your natal chart in that degree, they need special attention, as there's something that's being called, something that's being emphasized for you to do before that planet leaves the sign. In this case, it's Saturn. Saturn is leaving the sign of Capricorn. Now, we can also say that Jupiter is almost at that anaretic degree, because his exact degree is 28:56 minutes. So he's 4 minutes shy from that anaretic degree. So the agenda here is look at the area that Capricorn rules in your chart. See what it is that you have to work through. See if there's anything that you left undone or unstarted, and try to work that out. So an example, I have Capricorn ruling my 6th house. So for the past 2.5 years, Saturn has been there kind of revamping my 6th house. So that's my health, my daily routines, my work life, and kind of cleaning things up. Now Saturn does rule the sign of Capricorn, so it does really well in that house. And I can say I did feel a lot of the benefits, but I also felt a lot of pressure, especially in regard to health. A lot of health matters came about and very unexpectedly. So I had to realize that I needed to pay more attention to my health. I needed to honor my body. I needed to take care of myself, to look at the food that I eat, and not just necessarily the food that I eat, how I'm preparing this food, how I am feeding my family. So everything around daily routines and your daily life, which sounds very boring and tedious, but it all ties back to, if you don't do these little minute things, they affect your life in a very big way. So I'm kind of happy that Saturn's leaving the sixth house, because I'm just done with all the work there. He's going to enter my seventh house in a few weeks. So topics around relationship, partnership, etc., that's going to be the new norm for the next 2.5 years. Jupiter's going to be there. So I'll report on that in the Age of Aquarius video. Don't forget to check that out. Another interesting aspect here is Venus is in Scorpio at the 26th degree, and she just formed a sextile to Pluto, and she is applying a sextile to Jupiter and Saturn. So Saturn is Venus's friend. She gets along really well with Saturn, and Saturn loves the sign of Libra, which Venus rules. So right here, they're speaking harmoniously. Sextiles are about being able to accomplish things, but we have to put some work, like taking advantage of the opportunity, identifying the opportunity. Trines are much more smoother. It could kind of make us a little lazy because we're kind of expecting things to happen. But Venus rules a lot of areas of love that affect us. She's one of the personal planets. Saturn is a social planet. Venus rules love, money, communication, collaboration. As you can see, a lot of things that we do on a daily basis. So if you put that together, she's in the sign of Scorpio, so it doesn't really favor that sign. It's a little harsh for her, very deep emotional connections in the sign of Scorpio, but she is getting some assistance from Saturn. So in regard to finances, this is a really good time to take opportunities to see if there is ways of increasing your finances, maybe either through a new venture, like a new job, a new career, or even investing. The energy of Saturn is to kind of give things time to work towards it. So this wouldn't be like a short investment. Whatever you do, whether it's investing in purchasing property, or it's investing in maybe purchasing a savings bond, anything like that, it's going to be an investment that you hold for quite some time, not quick return investment. That's like the stock market. And even the stock market could be something you can invest in, but it's not going to be something where you're like, I invested in this and then 2 weeks from now I want to see the profit. It's going to be more long term. So matters around that, or you're just going to be very stable in your communication with your loved ones, because Venus is talking about love and collaboration, and Saturn brings in that maturity where you're able to communicate on more serious matters of life. So it's a very nice aspect. That's actually the only aspect that Venus is making here, applying sextiles to Jupiter and Saturn, and a separating sextile to Pluto. Now, the last aspect that I wanted to speak about is Neptune. Neptune is a big player here. Now, Neptune is at 18 degrees in Pisces, and he is forming a T square to the moon, the sun, the south node, and the north node. Neptune is about giving us false illusions, especially because this is a square aspect. Neptune also rules unconditional love. He rules dreams. So dream life is going to be very activated with the solar eclipse. Maybe even people that get prophetic dreams, they're going to start getting, some messages through. Neptune also rules spirituality, rules unconditional love, And he can also signify us not being able to see things clearly because we are seeing with rose-colored glasses. We see everything that's going on, but mentally we're not comprehending it. And I missed one more planet that Neptune is squaring, and this is Mercury, and that's the mind. So this is why I was mentioning that we're going to be confused, not being able to see, because it's actually confusing our communication. Now, both Neptune and Sagittarius are ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is making a good harmonious aspect to Venus, like I mentioned, almost in that anaretic degree, which again asking us to take a look, one last look at the energy of Capricorn and see what's going on there. So fortunately, Jupiter is not doing bad in this configuration, but Neptune, the ruler of Gemini, the ruler of Virgo, very impacted. Take note on any planets you have in the mutable signs, and this is going to be from about 10 degrees Sagittarius all the way to the 29th degree of Sagittarius, 10 degree Pisces all the way to the 29th of Pisces, 10 degree Virgo all the way to the 29th degree of Virgo, and 10 degree Gemini all the way to the 29th degree of Gemini. That's a big range, but it's because Sagittarius has a pretty big gap of degrees that is being activated, and Sagittarius squares both Pisces energy, and it also squares Virgo energy, and it opposes Gemini energy. So you're gonna feel tension. You can see here all the Sagittarius activity. So the outlet is gonna be Virgo. Look at your Virgo house. See what house Virgo rules in your chart. See if you have any planets there. I actually have my moon there. So, and Virgo rules my second house. So again, that house rules health. It also rules self-esteem and finances, resources. But the emphasis here for me was health, because I had Saturn in Capricorn for a long time, and they were aspecting my moon in Virgo for a while. So I know that I have to kind of fine tune some health things and kind of set my permanent routine, which I'm very happy about, but it's still boring. I'd rather do other things with my time, but that's what I'm going to be doing. All I can say is the astrology is so fascinating. This is actually one of the easier energies to handle, even though eclipses are always intense and impact our life for a long time. Remember, this is a solar eclipse. We don't want to manifest anything on the day the eclipse happens. You just kind of want to embrace the energy. Relax, don't start anything new. Wait until the crescent moon is born. And when the crescent moon is born, it's going to be born in the sign of Capricorn, not the moon's favorite sign. But that shouldn't prevent you from manifesting. We are all the signs within us. We have some signs stronger than others based on the planetary unique placement that we have. Check out my birth chart calculator. It's free. Find out where your energy is emphasized. But we all have an area of life that's ruled by one of these zodiac signs. We are the zodiac within us. We are capable of manifesting in all areas of life. So we embrace the energy and we manifest based on the signs signature, the signs influence, and we'll get great results. I created the sun sign playlist. I cover all the signs through the zodiac and how the sun is influenced by the signs. So check that out. I talk about traits, characteristics, good qualities, bad qualities. We are everything within. When we are very connected, we're going to display the good qualities of every sign, but we always can tap into bad qualities as well, and it's very good for us to know, so we're able to work through them. So check that out, and I really appreciate you guys being here. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I post another awesome astrology video. If you have any questions, you could comment below or you can send me a DM through Instagram. I answer all my comments. Thank you so much. Blessings. Let's welcome 2021 with open arms.